Hello everyone, we are back with a video. It's a different one this time, but as mentioned in the last Mario Kart video where I almost lost my cool, I had talked about a wheel of games for all the games that I would ever want to play on this channel. It's a long list of games, but I figured instead of buying a list, instead of doing it on Amazon with buying a big spinner wheel, I decided, you know what, I know a good website, so we could do it like that. And we are on my computer today. This is my computer, as you can see, all my glorious games. But we have this. This is the list of games that I want to go through. There will be a lot of talking in this video because I will go through all of them that are on this list and the reasons why that they're either on this list or why I just want to put them there. So we'll mention first is not every game on here will be a series. Most of them will probably be just a one and done video, and then the some will be just, you know, multiple videos whenever I feel like it. So if you really like a game, I can go back to it, but that isn't the whole point. So we'll go from the top and we'll go all the way down to the bottom. There is a few other games on this list that I can't do just yet, but this will be random. And I do have a few rules. So a few rules are, if it's a franchise with multiple games, I will play the first game, or whatever game I have, and we'll see how it goes from there. If I like it, by all means, I might even play the second one. So there's a few ones like that, and we'll explain as we go along. So go to our first list. So I did an audit of every single game I own, as well as the ones I have on my computer, which are towards the bottom. But every single game I own a physical copy of, because I do want to play. I prefer to play the games on the original console they came out on. So I did a big audit, and I said there's ones that I really aren't worth putting up as a video, or ones that I won't do. So for my friends who know, I play Spyro. Now Spyro isn't on here because I'm currently playing one of them, and I really just want to play that last trilogy by myself and just enjoy that. I just realised I misspelled Soul Calibur. There we go. So the first game anyway we have is Wipeout HD Fury. So I will show pictures of these games as they come up, so you'll see a big Wipeout HD pop up right here. It's a awesome game made by Studio Liverpool, in the vein of the F-Zero franchise, but better. I quite enjoy playing that game. It's very hard though, so I don't expect me to be good at it. The next two we have F1 2010 and F1 2014. Both games will probably only do like one video of. F1 2010 is brilliant, F1 2014 is horrible. Anything after 2013 in F1 games is basically horrible. MX vs ATV Fury. I have a feeling that's supposed to be something else. Untamed or something. I will figure out what that is. I have a feeling that's supposed to be Untamed. I don't know why I've typed down Fury. So I don't have Fury. I think Fury is a game. I just don't have it. So I think that's Untamed. But brilliant game. I love the game. And it'll be sad as I won't be able to play the music from the game because of copyright issues. It's got a lot of licensed music in it, but it's really good music too. Next up is MotoGP 10/11. I played this game quite often on the PlayStation 3. It's a decently hard game. I never won any races. It's probably actually one of my favorite motocross games. No, not motocross. Motorcycle game. And it's really good. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to play that again. Again, not one of those ones I'll do multiple videos on. Rayman Origins. Now, I played this game about twice. I've beaten it completely once. It is the only game I have ever 100%ed with every achievement. I did that on the DS. So I'll definitely be playing that game fully, because I really like that game. Next up is MX vs ATV Alive, my least favorite one in that series. I'll definitely only be doing that once. And that's all we'll say about that. Next is GTA 4, perhaps my favorite GTA game. Really good. I finished playing it years ago. Really good, one of my favorite GTA games. We'll play that all, the entire story. I will also say this list isn't in order, because this is literally in the order of how I grab these games out of boxes and stuff. Next is F1 2011. In the same vein as F1 2010 and 2014. I only play it once. I do actually like this game, so it's got that going for it. Medal of Honor 2010. Really good. One of the best games I've ever played. One of the best Medal of Honor games I've ever played. Also the last good one. And I really enjoyed this game. It's quite violent, so I don't know how YouTube will handle it, but I really don't care if I get demonetized. I'm not here for money on YouTube, so that doesn't matter. I'll play how I want to play it. The only thing is I can't play the credits because of copyright. But really, I don't really care, because all copyright does, it does stop you from getting money on your YouTube channel. I'm not in YouTube for money, so I could probably just play it no matter what. Anyways, next up is Dirt 2. Colin McRae's Dirt 2, the final game with his name tagged to it, and it's also one of the best ones. The best Dirt game, because anything onwards from Dirt 2 is horrible. Horrid experience from then on. And that's all I'll say about that. I'll probably will just do a one-time video on that either. Next one is F1 2013. All I'll say is atrocious game. Never playing it. Never playing it again after I play that on YouTube. NASCAR the game Inside Line. It's good. It has its quirks, but I do look forward to playing that again. But not a game I would go writing home about all too much. Next up is Rayman Legends, a step down from Origins, seeing that its story doesn't make sense, and rage-inducing. I was very unhappy playing it, but I've beaten the game. It's a good game. That's all I'll say. I'll get really angry playing that game. Mod Nation Races, one of the best kart racing games I've ever played. Next to Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. Mod Nation Races is a really, really good game. And it's kind of depressing. The franchise never went anywhere beyond a sequel, and then nothing else after that. Really good game. Really worth playing. If you ever have a PlayStation 3, I'd recommend getting that game. Next is MX vs ATV Reflex. I've never played that game. I have it on here because I just have a copy of it, and I was like, we'll put it on. Some of these games I've never played, and I'm putting it on there as a, first time. Or just be able to give people my honest first time opinion on it. Next up is Fallout 3. Better than New Vegas. New Vegas is horrible. A horrible experience. And I quite enjoyed Fallout 3. I played it very briefly. I've never beaten the game though. Next is GTA Episodes of Liberty City. I should also probably mention that is a GTA 4 game. That is the one with the Ballad of Gay Tony and the Lost and Damned. Two smaller stories within GTA 4, but two very good stories. I really enjoyed playing them, both. I like the Lost and Damned more than Gay Tony. Everyone talks about Gay Tony was the good one, but I'm like, Lost and Damned was so good. I loved the story of that. It was really short though, but it was such a good game. The next is Sonic Colors for the Wii. Now I have a DS version, but the DS is part of an issue that I'll mention at the very bottom of this list. I've played the DS version of this game. I've never played the Wii version of Sonic Colors. So I have the Wii version on here, and I can't wait to play that. And yes, your eyes do not deceive you. Below that is Batman Forever for the Sega Mega Drive. I have a copy of that game because there's a little joke with my friends for years now that the song Kiss from a Rose I don't know where it started, but "Kiss from a Rose" from Batman Forever is just a song for some reason we sing, and I don't understand why. But I think it was just because we think it's so funny that movie we just think it's so funny. But it actually is my favorite Batman movie too. So next up we have Soul Calibur 2 and Soul Calibur 3. I've only ever played 2, with my friends really, and I've never played 3. I don't have the first one because the first one is for the Dreamcast, and people on eBay want me to fork over a few $100 for that, which they will never get because it really is worth like $50 at least, or $50 at most. Both really good fighting games though. Made by the same people who did make Tekken, so Namco, I believe. Really good game. Nothing much you can say there. Very fast paced, very good. Next up we have Tekken 5. Really good fighting game. I main Nina Williams in that game quite often. She's also quite attractive. I will admit that. And yeah, I like Tekken 5. I've never played the story to it. I know there's a story. So we will get to play that if I do, because that won't be a one and done game if we're doing the story. So Soul Calibur 2 and 3, they both have a story. Now up next is the Wii series, so we'll just currently highlight all of these. Wii Party, Wii Sports, Wii Play, Wii Sports Resort, and Wii Music. Wii Music and Wii Play will probably be the only games that will get only one video. The rest of these I'll probably do multiple videos on, but I'll space them out in between other games, because that will get me pissed off. That will get me pissed off. And that will get me pissed off. Because there's platinum medals and there's stamps and then there's matte. And that's just going to be really annoying. The Sims busting out. That's a random Sims game I picked up at EB Games. And I haven't played it yet. But I don't know. I haven't played The Sims in quite a while. And I have it because why not? Will there be multiple videos on it? I don't know. That's more of something you would want to ask for. You as in the viewer. So, that's just something. Next is Tekken Tag Tournament. Now that is the Tekken game that came before Tekken 5 and I believe before Tekken 4. And it is really hard, and I got very, very mad playing this game. A few of my friends understand how mad I got, but I will play that. I don't think there's a story to Tekken Tag Tournament. I think there is actually, but I just haven't seen it yet. So, I could get really annoyed. And that's all I'll say about that. The next one we have is NBA Live 99, the only PlayStation 1 game that's on this list. Now, I don't have much hopes that the disc will work, but it's there. So we'll see how that one goes. The next is Devil May Cry. You know, the one with the bless me with the leaf off the tree. Yeah, that one. You get the point. I will play the first game in the series. If I like it, I will continue playing the franchise. I'll probably only play the first 3, maybe. I don't know if I'll go further than the third one. But we'll see with that. Again, that's if, buts, and maybes, but I do have a copy of that game, so. Next we have Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games Vancouver 2010. No matter how many people tell you that it is not the best one, it is the best one. Paris and all that are not the best ones. It will always be the Winter Olympics Vancouver 2010. That is the best Mario and Sonic game that they ever made. It is really good. I cannot wait to play that again. I used to play it all the time when I was a kid, and I cannot wait to play that again. Next is Shadow of Mordor. Now this is a game that patented the Nemesis system. Warner Brothers patented the Nemesis system with this game, where it was, if you killed a random character, sometime down the track, another character will come along saying, "You killed my brother," and then we'll have a vendetta against you. Now, it could happen at any random time. The only thing is, Warner Brothers never made any other game like that ever again. They didn't. I don't even think they ever made a sequel to this game. So they patented a game mechanic and they never used it ever again. And now no one else can use it. Otherwise, they'll sue. So it's a complete waste of time, and honestly, they shouldn't own the patent. But it's a good game though, so we'll still play Shadow Mortal. Next is LA Noire. That is probably Rockstar's last different game before only being focused on Red Dead Redemption and GTA. This game didn't do too well, but it's still a very good game to play. I'll play that till completion. Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I'll probably only play this game once, and if I do play it again, it'll probably just be in my own spare time, away from the camera. People don't like Super Smash Brawl. I don't mind it. I prefer it over Ultimate. But again, I haven't played it since I was really young, so it could be different. The next one we have is Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, Beijing 2008. Now this one I've never played. I probably have actually. I did play one at my cousin's house a number of years ago, and I remember them yelling at me during the cycling. We got into a yelling match because we could not coordinate our cycling. Next we have is CSI, the 3 Dimensions of Murder. Now, I completely forgot the CSI game even existed, and I found that at EB Games. And I bought it because I thought it was funny. So now I own the game. And yeah, we get to play it. I'll play it all. I'll beat the game. And it's also good CSI too. It's before even Morpheus came along. So I also can't wait for that one. And then next we have Escape 3. I'm in the middle of recording a video. The next we have Escape 3, which I'll probably only play once or twice. I only play it in my spare times, so yeah, I guess. I'm not gonna restart the game, ever. I'm gonna keep my progress where it's at. Next up is MotorStorm. MotorStorm, I don't care about spelling, because that's how it's spelled. MotorStorm is a game I played at my friend's house years ago. Made him laugh so hard he pissed himself. True story. That was... If it is the game I remember, if it was the MotorStorm I remember it, it was a good game. A lot of crashing and blowing up and violence and death and doom and that. Oh, now we get to some more fun games too. Next is Fusion Frenzy, a Xbox launch title from 2001. From 2001. It's a party game. Now, I won't be playing it with anyone else, but I'll be playing it by myself. Now, I don't have much hope that the game works. I've seen the disc, and the disc looks like Edward Scissorhands was its last owner. But it is a good game. From what I've seen, it's a brilliant game. And I truly can't wait to play that. Next is a random racing game I found the same day when I bought Fusion Frenzy, called Quantum Redshift. Now, from what I could discern from the cover of the game, as seen here, would be it's either a racing game in the vein of F-Zero with a semi-attractive looking woman on the front, or it's a racing game with motorcycles and stuff. I'm not too sure what to discern from it. But yeah, we'll play it. I don't know if I'll play it more than once, but we'll see. Next up is a game that I really wanted to play first on the channel, but I decided to add to this list. It's called Oni. Now, Oni, despite what the cover says and despite what everything does say on it, it is not a Rockstar game. Rockstar did not make the game. Rockstar only published this game. This game was actually made by Bungie, the same people that made Halo. It is the last game Bungie ever made before focusing on Halo, and only releasing Halo from then onwards till eventually they switched to Destiny. It's the last game they ever made, but the problem is the studio Bungie North that was developing the game was bought out by Take-Two Interactive, who then turned the studio into Rockstar North. And Rockstar North then took over the game and then published it under their name. So it's not actually a Rockstar game, it's a Bungie game. But I really can't wait to play the game because it's really, really, really good from what I hear. I have 2 copies of it, believe it or not. One of them I saw at EB Games, the other one I bought online. So, cool. Next is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I might play this as an entire series. I believe it's quite a long game. I have played it. No, I haven't played it at all. But I've heard of it. I've seen maybe clips of it. And, you know, it's when Star Wars was still really good. So, it's not canon anymore. But it actually is canon because it's when Star Wars was still good. Before Disney. Next is Sega Rally. I've only ever played the Nintendo 64. Not the Nintendo 64 version, the Dreamcast version of Sega Rally, or whatever it was. I've played that version. I hope it's like that, because Sega made a really good rally game. Next is MXGP. Now this is motocross. This is a motocross game. I played it a few times when I was young. And now I have a copy of myself because I played it at my friend's house. And I quite enjoyed it. So I really hope to have the same enjoyance of this game. It's like the European motocross, you know, all that stuff. Where they're all going off and violent crashes and stuff. And anything like that. Next we have is Need for Speed Underground 1. This will be the first Need for Speed game I'll ever play, but I actually like Need for Speed Underground anyways because it's when car culture was still cool and still existed, where they had these cool, you know, skylines and chromed up rims and all that in cars, and none of these cars look like shit boxes on wheels. And weren't cube or electric or anything like that. They were real cars and driven by people who could actually drive them, and they could drift, and when street racing was still cool and all that. So I can't wait to play that. Next is Final Fantasy X. I have the game because I saw it for sale at EB Games again, and I decided to buy it. I have never been into Final Fantasy. I actually do not like Final Fantasy because Square Enix makes absolute banger games when they're not making Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts. When they're not making either of those games, they are making some of the best games you'll ever play. But why do I have Final Fantasy X? Like I said, I saw it on sale, so we're going to play it. We'll see how it is. It could change my perspective. But the fact is that it took 7 tries for them to make a Final Fantasy that is considered to be the best one, or considered to be one of the best games ever, and a really good one in the series, is troubling. Seven tries for them to do that. They should have stopped. But no, they continue to make it, and the storyline's now convoluted, and you don't know what's going on there. Next is Grabbed by the Ghoulies. I have never played this game. It was made by Rare, the same people who made Banjo-Kazooie. It is referenced in Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts by you see copies of the game lying around all on the ground. And I can't wait to play it. I've looked at it on what's its face? I looked at it on Wikipedia and I was like, I'll get that. And then I saw it at EB Games once, and then I bought it. So I'm going to play it. Next we have is Perfect Dark Zero. This is the first ever game that was released on the Xbox 360. It was the first ever game that was developed for it. It was also a launch title game, if I remember correctly, released in late 2005. It is a futuristic game based in the year 2020, so it's now based in the past for us. And unfortunately, it's one of those games where the thing that they're talking about, the game, is starting to come true in real life. Well. But again, I also can't wait to play that game, because it was a launch title for the Xbox 360. And Xbox 360 is one of my more favourite consoles. Not my favourite, but it's up there. It's above a few others. Next we have is the Fable trilogy, so Fable 1, 2, and 3. So we'll play the first one, and then we'll see how we go from there. We'll probably end up playing the next two. Funny story about the game, when I did see it at EB Games, there was another kid looking at it. It was this younger kid. And then one of his friends was like, "Come on, man, come on." And then they called him away. And then he went outside, and they walked off. And he said, "I'll be back for this later." And he put Fable 1 back. Out of pure spite and the kindness of my heart, I grabbed Fable 1 and was like, I'll buy it. And then, what do you know, I looked around and I saw Fable 2 and 3. I bought the entire trilogy before that guy could even touch it. Gone. You will never see the Fable trilogy ever again. And this was the same day I bought this game. .hack Infection. Now, there's a thing that says there's a DVD in it. There is a DVD, but I will not show me watching the DVD. Apparently all the games in this series do have a DVD. And I will watch them with a few of my friends, maybe. Whenever. So you won't see it. And the reason why I say fork over the money for the sequels if need be, is because if I really like it, I will fork over the money. The problem is it's a very expensive game to get. There's like 4 sequels to this. Now, the EB Games, the same day I got Fable, was actually selling all of the sequels to Hack. But instead, I found I only bought the first one because the first one was the cheapest. And I also bought it out of the same thing for the Fable one, out of pure spite and kindness on my heart, that someone would see the other games and realize that they're missing the beginning of the story, so they'll never know what happens. So I bought that out of pure spite and kindness in my heart. So, but that's another game I can't wait to play. I've been holding back from playing it. So I really can't wait to play that. And again, it's got the story and everything. I've been yapping for about 30 minutes now. Oh no, 28. Anyways, we got the Ratchet and Clank trilogy. It's the remastered version for the PlayStation 3. I've been playing the first one on and off for about a year now. Haven't gotten far, so I'll probably just restart and do it from there. Again, there's not much to say about that. Tekken 6, my favourite Tekken game of all time. I have played the story, but I'll play the story again. I'll redo it, but I keep on dying on the story. I'm not the best player, but I love it. I love the game. It's my favorite Tekken. Next is a game that's listed as maybe. It's a game called Hyperdimension Neptuna, and as you would see by the glorious picture, there's a reason why I wouldn't play it. Now, I'll explain it briefly, because of that picture. The game is Sega taking the piss out of gamers. So the character you're playing as is called Neptune, who is named after the Sega console that never existed. That was supposed to be called the Sega Neptune, but they then turned it into the Saturn. Yeah, turned it into the Saturn. And it's basically that the gaming industry, you're literally playing out the gaming industry. There's a character that's supposed to be Xbox, there's a character that's PlayStation, there's a character that's Nintendo. And then you are banished from the gaming industry world from being a goddess down to a mortal, because Sega doesn't make consoles anymore. and now you have to fight your way back up. Something like that. And then all the people that you meet, the people that join your squad, are literally abbreviations or personifications of the other studios that made this game. It is so weird. It is a very weird game, but I don't mind the game. It's also quite funny, because again, they're taking the piss out of gamers. I probably won't play the game. I won't play this one probably. I'll probably end up playing the sequel, because the first game has a long and arduous dungeon system that sucks. I don't understand it. Mark 2 doesn't, but Mark 2 is kind of literally just a rehash of the story, and they kind of retconned this one with this one to make it easier to understand. So we'll see. Next we have Skyrim. Probably play the PC version. I have it on PlayStation 3, but I'll probably play the PC version. I probably might not even play it at all. Next is Madden 12. Probably be a one-time video thing. Not much to do with that. Same with NASCAR 09 and same with Rugby League Live 2, as well as F1 Championship Edition. All of them probably be a one video thing. Next is Sonic Unleashed. Now I'll give my honest opinion on it when I do play the game, but I will say this now. I don't like the game. Not for the reason of it's a bad game, but for another reason. I'll explain that when I play it. But I have never played it before as well, but I don't like it for another reason, that's why. Next is Fairy Fencer F, another weird Japanese game import that came over. I saw it, I was like, yeah, let's buy it. And now I own the game. Don't know what it's about. Don't know anything about the game. So I'm excited to play it, I guess. And next is Hyperdimension Neptune Mark II. I've already explained it to retcon of this one. It's kind of more in line with it, but it's also kind of different. It's more format wars, but yeah. Next is Mirror's Edge, a really good game made by EA, if I remember correctly. I can't see it. I thought I could see it if I turned around, but I can't see it. Mirror's Edge, really good game. A lot of my friends say it's a really good game, so I can't wait to play that as well. Next is Star Ocean: The Last Hope International, a Square Enix game. So the same people who made Final Fantasy, and this is one of the games that what I mean is Square Enix locked in and made games that wasn't Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts. They could make games like Star Ocean, because games like Star Ocean are actually really, 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 really good. Next we have Sonic X Shadow Generations. Despite me buying it on release day, I actually pre-ordered the game and bought it and picked it up on release day. I haven't played it yet. Over a year ago now, I have not played it yet. So we'll play it completely whenever I get to it. Next is Sonic Forces. I've never played the game. Apparently a lot of people do not like the game. They say it's one of the worst ones ever. I really think that they're kind of overreacting. They list all these reasons that aren't really problems. Like they're saying the levels are too short and all that. I'm like, I don't see that's why you can call it the worst game of all time. If you want the worst Sonic game of all time, you really need to play Sonic and the Secret Rings, which has the worst controls of all time. Absolute atrocious game to play. This game will play better than that, and it will be better than that. So it will be a better game. It's not the worst game. Trust me. Next, the Midnight Club Los Angeles Complete Edition. Another Rockstar game. Rockstar should have made more of these Midnight Club games because they were on a gold mine, but unfortunately decided to focus on GTA only. And we never really got much after this game. They made one sequel to this one. This one is like in a long line of Midnight Club games, but They made one sequel to it for the PlayStation Vita that they then didn't continue on after that, and they just stopped the franchise. Next we have NHL 10. The only hockey game I've ever played. I don't understand the rules. I'll probably only ever play it once. I don't understand hockey. Like, it's a good sport to watch, but I don't understand it. And now next, we have a long list of games, all the way up until Mega Man 2. So all of these games onwards are all on a Neo Geo arcade machine I own. And some of these games are poorly translated from Japanese to English. So we'll just list them. I got King of Fighters 1994 to 2003. So there's all the King of Fighters games between 1994 and 2003. True Samurai Spirits and its sequels, Legend Special, Real Bout 1 and 2, Garu Mark of Wolves, World Heroes Perfect, Stormy Super Tag Battle, Fist of Dragon and Tiger, Romantic Moonflower Swordsman 1 and 2, Ninja Masters The Overlord Ninja Scrolls, Happy Gangan March, King Monsters 2, Cyber Up, Shock Troopers Second Squad, Top Hunter Rody Cassine, Ninja Commando, Barring Fight, Metal Slug 1, 2, and 3, the only game I'm really excited to play, other than King of Fighters. Sengoku Tradition 2001, Asso 2 Last Guardian, Twinkle Star Spirits, Blazing Star, Top Players Golf, Top Scorer, Joy Joy Kid. Those are all SNK games. All for a Neo Geo flashback arcade machine I have. Next we have Mega Man 2. That's a random arcade game I own as well. And then we have Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. I have Sonic Adventure 1 on the Dreamcast, and I have Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for the GameCube, but I play it on the Wii. Now, I will not play the one on the... I will not play Battle. I will play Sonic Adventure 2 on the PC, because I have the PC version. I'm still playing Sonic Adventure 2. I've never played Sonic Adventure 1, but I'm still playing Sonic Adventure 2 on the Wii. But it is probably the worst time of my life on this one level. It would be fine if it was on the Dreamcast. The problem is the game being ported from Dreamcast to GameCube. The GameCube, the one thing people forget, Sega's consoles were really powerful, and they were also really refined, and it's not what any of the other consoles were. It's why ever since 2001, all of their Sonic games have had some form of issue, because they can never work on another console. And that's the problem with Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. It does not work on the GameCube. Like, it plays, but it does not make sense with its control scheme or anything, because they don't have the proper controller to play it. It's more of a hardware issue between both games, and you know what, it's Sega's fault for hiring the wrong director who said, let's stop making consoles. Really, they should have fired that guy the second he said it, and continue making consoles, because they would have made bank in the 2000s. But they didn't. Anyways, next we have F1 World Grand Prix for the Dreamcast. I've played this game once or twice. I'll probably only play it once or twice. It's an alright game. Virtua Fighter 3rd, the first Dreamcast game I've ever owned, the only one I've not played. And I cannot wait to play it. Next is Tomb Raider 1. Now this will be the most anticipated game for me, because this game is the only game I have on the Sega Saturn. I have a Sega Saturn console, and this is the only game that I have for it. And I cannot wait to play it, because every Every game that was on the Sega Saturn that had a counterpart on another console, the Sega Saturn version was always the better version of the game. Because it always had amazing, beautiful graphics for its time. So I cannot wait to play it. I feel like I'm playing in 2002. Next we have Madden 2004. Madden 2004 was actually the Madden I've played the most. Probably do a few videos on it because I have a lot to do in that game and a lot to show. So, yeah, we'll see how that one goes. Next we have The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, the last great Zelda game, and also the last good Zelda game, because everything else that came after Twilight Princess, the franchise fell apart. And, you know, case in point, because people say, but what about Breath of the Wild? What about Tears of the Kingdom? I'll give you a case in point, and this will destroy your argument completely. You ever played Super Smash Brothers? What is the Zelda and Link sprite that they use for those games, even in the year of our Lord 2025? They use the model of the characters from Twilight Princess. They have not used a single new one or any of the other ones from the last graphic changes from Breath of the Wild or whatever. It is, the ones that they have is out of date by years, but they're still using the Twilight Princess model because it's the best models that they've ever had in a while, and it's the most detailed ones I've ever seen. And they will never make a game like that ever again because Nintendo is cheapskates these days. So, the last good Zelda game and the last great Zelda game. So, cry all you want, but you know I'm right. Because if you ever played Smash Brothers, you'll see that they're still using a model that's over 10 years old. Next we have is Tekken 4. Now, I personally know this game does not work. The copy I have, so I have to buy a new one. I'll probably play the story if I can find it. And that's it for that. That's all I'll say for Tekken 4. Next is Shadow the Hedgehog. Can you see all of me? No, you can't. This will be another awesome game to play. I will probably play it all. I have the $70 Xbox version, the best version of the game, because the one for the one for the PlayStation 2 and the GameCube is arse. Next we have is Persona 4, and I only have this game because of an image that I'll show here of of what the average Persona fan does look like when they play one of these games, and we'll see how that goes. I've never played it before, and it's the only Persona that didn't cost me an arm and a leg to buy. Next we have is MVP Baseball. I'm probably going to do one video on this. It's a odd game for me to play. I'm not really into baseball. The only baseball I really play is on Wii Sports. So we'll see how that goes as well. Next is Star Wars The Force Unleashed. I have played it. I'm stuck on a boss fight. I'll restart the story. I'll play it again because I like this game. Force Unleashed is also one of the last things that George Lucas really did that really meant something in Star Wars, I guess. And then he proceeded to sell it to Disney before they could make a third one. And now Star Wars is crap. And this is no longer canon anymore, but it's canon to me. So is this one, Star Wars Republic Commando. I'll also have to restart the campaign on this one, but I also like that game. Next we have is Madden 08. Simple, one video, not going to do much on that. Star Wars Battlefront, probably going to be one video thing as well, just to say I've played the game, because I have played it before. Alien Isolation, the only game that's ever made my friend petrified. And I will also be petrified, because I'm terrified of that game. Next is the Halo franchise. That's all the Halo games. I probably will play them in succession every now and then, not all the time. You know, I've played it so many times, it's nothing new anymore. Next we have is Sonic and the Secret Rings. Atrocious atrocious controls, good music, everything else sucks. Now from then below, all F1 IndyCar, F1 NASCAR 06, all one video. All one video. I'm not gonna play them anymore because that will get me annoyed. That will get me annoyed. I actually enjoy that game. Hard but fun. Unfair. And I've only played that once. Next we have the GTA games. GTA Liberty City Stories and San Andreas Vice City Stories and Vice City. I will all play the stories too. Bully, I'll play the story to that as well. I have to restart the story. Speed Racer, the video game, I will only play once because I've actually beat that game 3 times. I really enjoy that game. Next is Mario Kart Wii. Mario Kart Wii is a game that I dread. I dread playing this game. And I will play it whenever I land on it, and I will have to 100% it completely. Get all the golden stars and everything. Alrighty. Next up we have NASCAR 2005 Chase for the Cup. I'll probably only do one video on this, but I will say it is the only NASCAR game that EA released that can actually play on the console it was made for, or the console that was on. Because NASCAR 2004 is impossible to break the car. 06 is the same. All of them make it impossible to break the car. And if some people go, oh, but you gotta adjust the car, no matter what you do, it doesn't work. NASCAR 2005 is the only one where you can actually control the car without having to be a sim racer or using a wheel or whatever. It's the only one that's actually friendly to people who want to play the game. So it's the only good one, really. Next is Jet Set Radio Future. I'll have it on the same disc as Sega GT, so I'll probably play both of them at the same time. I'll probably play Sega GT first, because I'll play Jet Set Radio Future till the end. It's a very good game. I love the music. I enjoy it. Next is Mass Effect. I'll probably play all of them, maybe. I guess maybe all of them. I have it on the Xbox 360, so I'll play Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. Never played them before. I've never really been into them. It's more of a cinematic game. I don't know much other than that. Next is Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, one of the best karting games of all time. Don't have the Wii version because my friends and I learned the Wii version is terrible on multiplayer. Next we have Limbo, which is on the same disc as Trials HD and the Bomberman, if I remember correctly. If that's the other, the Explosion Man, that's the other one. But I'll play it for Limbo because I haven't played Limbo since I was little. Next we have Sonic 06, considered to be one of the worst ones of all time. It's actually one of my favorites. I actually quite like the storyline. It's one of the reasons why I don't like Sonic Unleashed. I'll explain that again when I play either of those. Next we have Sonic Heroes, the first one for the Xbox. One of the Sonic game that has the most memorable music and locations of all time, because that's where we got Seaside Hill and Ocean Ruin and all the jungle ones, and that's where we also got a lot of the really popular Sonic music from. We got it from that game, so it's quite a good one. NASCAR Thunder 04, if I do play that, I'm using a wheel because it's impossible to play other than that. And after this, so that's all my console games, all these ones. And now we have the games I have on my PC that I'll play. So we have Backyard Baseball 97. I'll probably play that a few times and get angry. Baldi's Basics, I've had that for years. I've played it a few times. The Batman Arkham games. Bloody Trapland 2. Now, if any of my friends who watch this video would like to fork over $5 on Steam and play this game with me, please do. I want to get angry and rage with you. And that's all I'll say about that, because it'll be fun. Below that we have Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. I'll actually put that down. Trigger Happy Havoc, so we all know it's the first one. And I'll play the first one, and I don't know about the sequels. What I say about the franchise is everything after the first Danganronpa game kinda doesn't make sense. Like, it makes sense in the storyline, but they kinda slowly lose the plot, and it becomes more of a Persona type game, and not much original. Although I do wish the original version of this game called Distrust was made instead of Danganronpa, which I would have played more. But that's a long thing. I'll talk about that when that comes out. It's quite a wildly popular game, this one. Well, popular amongst people. The fandom is probably something you want to stay away from, but it's actually a really good game. And if I do play it, anyone who watches it and enjoys it, I will recommend that when you do, watch the anime. I gotta remember which one it's called. It's like the End of the Killing Game or something. It's the final one in the anime where they do the future arc. It's like the despair arc and the future arc where they show what happens before the game and what happens after, and it kind of ends the storyline there when everything's all fine once again. And that's probably where you would stop playing the games, because don't play Danganronpa 3, because it has nothing to do with the first two. And the second one really doesn't have anything to do with the first one, but it kind of loops itself back together in the end, kind of redeems itself, but other than that, not really. And then there's the Ultra Despair Girls, which I will play probably, because that one actually does follow the same story as this one, because it takes place at the same time. Next is Fly Night, which is a Dark Souls type game, where you're playing as a fly. I have a save on there where I'm called Buzz McCall. If you know Buzz McCall, you'll know Buzz McCall. It's a play on words off of Po' Boy Racing's very own Bama McCall, but I call him Buzz McCall. Next we have Jet Set Radio, which is the first one before Jet Set Radio Future. Unfortunately, I'm not forking over the money at the moment to get it on the Dreamcast, so I have it on this one. We have Lego Batman. That's all the Lego Batman games, up from the video game all the way until Lego Batman 3, and soon to be the new one that's coming out soon. Next we have Old School, which is made by Mick Dickies. It's a very weird game where you really have no control over what goes on, and no control over the character, but it's funny. Next we have Sonic Mania. That's basically all of the original Sonic games, but put onto PC, and also on console, because the Sonic Mania was a console. And then it has its own original game based in the same time that you can also play, which I will also play. Next we have South Park Fractured But Whole. I will play that again. I don't have Stick of Truth, and I don't know if I will get Stick of Truth, but I will play Fractured But Whole. So that'd be cool. Again, like I said, if younger people watching it, unfortunately, some of this stuff isn't meant to be for you anymore. That's what the government says. Next we have 2 Point Campus and 2 Point Hospital. Those are just two tycoon games that I bought on sale. Sega put them on sale, so I'll play them. And lastly, for the PC games, we have Steins Gate. Steins Gate is like Danganronpa and all that, but it isn't. What is it? You can go back in time and stop events from happening, and all that, and it's kind of violent. One of my friends says that it's not as good as the anime, but I believe that the game came first anyway, so I'll play the game first. Honorable mentions now. I call them honorable mentions, but they aren't really honorable mentions. These are all the games that I can't play because I can't find a way to record them. Specifically, all of my DS games that I want to play on the channel. So we call them honorable mentions because if I do find a way to play them, I'll move them onto this list. So we have Tales of Innocence. Its only problem other than being on DS is its Japanese version. It's in Japanese, and I can't read Japanese that well. So I'll have to either find a translated version or not, but I'm pretty sure it's actually a Japanese region exclusive. We had the Professor Layton games, which I quite enjoy them. The best game of all time, one of the best games of all time, The World Ends With You, made by Square Enix. It's in the thumbnail of my Mario Kart videos, the characters from this franchise. Really good game. Again, if Square Enix locked in, they would make more games like this, but they don't, because they think Final Fantasy and all that's a good idea. But no, this game is really good. You must play it. You must, if you have a DS, you must get it. It is incredible. The World Ends With You. Amazing soundtrack, amazing mechanics, beautiful art style. I even have a video of the opening to the game, which I can probably put up. I can probably put it up here and pause the video and just show it, and then you can enjoy it there. Next we have Sonic Rush. One of the best, probably the best Sonic handheld game. Really good. Made by the music is made by the same people that made the music for Jet Set Radio. So it's a really good game with a really good soundtrack. Next we have is a bunch of the Pokemon games. So we got Pokemon Diamond, Pokemon X, Sapphire, Black, Sun, and Sun. Again, I can't play any of them because it's all on DS. Beautiful Joe Double Trouble, never played it before. Mario Kart DS, never played it before. Mario Tennis Open, again, never played it before. Sonic Chronicles Dark Brotherhood, apparently people say it has the worst soundtrack of all time, which is probably true considering what happened to the game with its soundtrack where they accidentally lost the files to it. So again, we have Monster Hunter Stories, which I'm on and off for playing that game. And lastly is Tomodachi Life, which is a game where you play as your Mii and you can do stuff with your Miis. And that's the list so far. I'll probably add another thing where games to be added, and I can just add them once I get a substantial amount of this gone. Because I'll eventually cross this off to games I've played, and then we'll cross them all off from there. And then we'll just add them as we go along. But I intend to play every single game that's on this list. It will be all selected at random, so you never know what we'll get. And I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a really long video, but I hope to edit it in with flashy colors, so you know your slow attention spans can all withstand it and not doom scroll while you're watching it, or click off the video while you're watching it. Really, I don't care. You don't get my money, I don't get yours. So, hope you enjoy the video, and that's it for now. I will do the first video on this channel with this wheel soon. Don't know when, but soon. So, thank you, and bye-bye.